So it's almost two in South Korea, and I just watched Chelsea losing to Spurs after 5 years. Um, you see, 5 years ago when Chelsea lost 3-1 to Spurs, Chelsea had a team that was just too old and too slow for Spurs pace of a Spurs. So Chelsea had Giroud, they had Marcos Alonso, they had David Luiz, they had Willian, they had Jorginho. The team wasn't ready for the Spurs speed. But now today, with Chelsea's one of the worst manager in history, so Spurs finally grabbed their win. Well, what can I expect? I was See, even today, I wasn't very happy with this. Even right after I saw the starting 11, I wasn't. I was like, okay, this might not end up well because nothing has changed. Kai Havertz is still, going front. He's manning the front line. Um, you see, Hakim Ziyech came back to the starting 11. So why? Absolutely just curious. Why is he still coming to get the play time? What can he offer? And just like, yeah, just today he didn't bring anything. He just like you see, Hakim Ziyech is a player. He has a Chelsea contract. He wears a Chelsea shirt, but we know that in his heart he's very unhappy man. He's not happy that he didn't get to leave Chelsea this January. And what is the point of starting player who's very bad in form and who's got no heart for the club? Why is he still getting a starting 11? Is Potter trying to please Hakim Ziyech? Because he feels sorry that he didn't get to leave? Is that it? Because let's remember, like, Hakim Ziyech is not like those player who dribble past defenders with pace or footwork. You see, the best thing about Hakim Ziyech is his shoots, his cross, his kicks. You know, but like, when was the last time we actually saw Hakim Ziyech? Making making things positive with his kicks. It's been a very long time. So when I saw him starting, I was like, okay, what is going on? And just like that, even today, he was a very lucky man to stay on pitch because uh, I kind of agree with the first call from the referee. Yeah, he didn't have to like react that way. Of course, like it's of course it angers people. I'm sure he was angered. He was angry, but there was no need to slap push someone with that strength on the face because I remember like Drogba getting sent off in the Champions League final because what he did to Vidic. Like, especially when the referee is looking at it, you wouldn't want to do that, but he still did it. I just don't understand. Um, the game was just same old, same old. It was just like Chelsea having all this hogging possession, but nothing efficient came out. No dangerous cross, no dangerous dribble, practically. There isn't any good attempt for goal. Raheem Sterling tries something, but that's about it. Kai Havertz, zero again, like no shots on target, not even like threatening. Um, you see, uh, this is the thing. I think the players doesn't like. It's like players are not getting any kind of instruction from the manager. It's like manager is like, okay, this is the formation I'm gonna put. You guys do whatever you guys are good at. Uh, if if Thomas Tuchel, I hate to compare. I hate to compare him with with current manager because he's gone and we should move on. But I just can't because I can clearly still see the difference of class between our previous manager and the current manager. You see, if Thomas Tuchel was a manager, still manager, he would have made something different. You see, if he sees the error, if he sees something's not going for his way, then he changes it. You know, but Potter seems like, okay, I'm just gonna change players. That's about it. He will just continue this useless possessions, having more possession. He's not shouting at players to make more runs, maybe die for the ball. You know, some like that. I think that's the problem. Like, what I'm saying is Chelsea really needs to sack Potter after this game. He's not ready for this job, this level of job, and I'm sure lots of pundits, lots of managers from other teams will say, "Oh, give Potter more time." But uh, what what I believe is because lots of managers are waiting their turn for Potter. You see, they want to face Potter because they will get a win. And pundits, English pundit, Chelsea are the last of their concern. Most of them are like Liverpool or Tottenham or like Man United supporters, like Arsenal. So yeah, there's that. And you see, you see, like let's just compare with last season as well. Like Chelsea had congested fixtures last year. We had the we had to play the Club World Cup. We had to play the Super Cup. We had we also had injury issues like no Chilwell, no Rhys James. Lots of players were not there. As a matter of fact, our star player back then, Romelu Lukaku, also created problem back in the back room. He was being an absolute man child. Still, like um, Tuchel met Spurs like 5 times, 4 or 5 times, and Chelsea beat them all home and away with ease. You see, the difference between that shows the difference between the managers. Um, Tuchel with the limited resources, he will make something happen. You see, he will tell Rudiger to go forward, maybe aim for the goals. He will tell Kovacic. He will tell the Mason Mount. He will tell Kai Havertz. He will more specific and more accurate instruction, and he will make a good result. That's not what I'm seeing from. I don't see that from Graham Potter at all. All I see is like even today, before the game, he was in the social media. I saw like he say, "Oh, I'm sorry for the bad run. I'm sorry to the fans. Players are ready. They are raring for the victory. But what really changed than previous other games? It's not like Chelsea are struggling to win. It's not like we're like playing a bad football, more like frustrating football, and still getting a 1-0 choke win. It's just that Chelsea is just having a problem, even trying to make a shot on target. Forget about the goals. We are even struggling to make a very basic thing about football, trying to get a shot. And how am I supposed to trust Potter? What is the process? Because if it, without any solid changes or anything solid differences I see from the previous management, then I don't whatever he's promising is a lie. It's a vague promise without that cannot be achieved. Maybe the board, the top management sees kind of hopes Graham Potter to be like what Arteta is right now. Of course, like Arteta was really bad, like what when Pot like when he's in his first term. I get it. Like I'm sure you guys like they want that to happen, but and I think even now, I think even Graham Potter himself is thinking, maybe 2, 3 years later on, I'll be just like Arteta. I think that's what he's believing because you know I don't see him I don't see him doing anything like he's not showing any characters. He's not showing any backbone. I feel like whenever I see his press conference, even right now, he said all the goals from Spurs came outside the box, which means like long range shot and set pieces. Uh, that's not something you can just like uh, underrate. You know, we lost to Spurs because we weren't good enough. Uh, when was the last time Chelsea scored a corner from a corner kick as any set pieces? It's very long time ago. So whenever right now, what's happening to me is whenever we have like a free kick, whenever we have like a corner kick, I just leave, maybe get some water, maybe have a toilet break. That's all about it because I don't expect anything to happen. I'm sure the manager should know that, and manager should have made a difference. It's not happening. So I really think Potter is not ready, as I repeatedly saying again, and he may be the next big manager. We may regret one day. I don't think we'll regret. To be honest, I don't think we'll regret any much because it's just not gonna work with him right now. He needs more time to master his tactic. He needs more time because last year under Tuchel we had to play Club World Cup, we had to play Super Cup. We had injury issues. We Chelsea even had like a sanction for the Russian war. Still, Tuchel made lots of and yeah, I mean Chelsea even had to play the Carabao Cup final, FA Cup final, so fixtures are very congested. But Tuchel still managed to make a magic with his ability. That's what makes a good manager. Look, and right now Chelsea, I don't think we can make an excuse with fixed like congested schedule because let's be real, Chelsea. Although we had lots of injuries, by November we had the death of the Queen, so the league was stopped, and we had the World Cup, which was a let's be real into the I can say it's a break for players who are not called for the World Cup, and for Graham Potter it was a perfect time. Like if we had like solid month just implement his tactic, implement his philosophy to the club, but it's actually getting worse. So it kind of shows he's out of depth. He didn't make any he didn't make a use of those times. To me it's just that shows he's a bad management. And some people some may think I'm being harsh. Some may think I may regret, but I have no problem of letting managers go because this might sound cruel, but we have plenty of history of letting uh, managers with great expectations. We had no problem letting them go. Andre Villas-Boas back then, when he came to Chelsea, he was supposed to be the second Mourinho because he had such a good run with Porto. So was Maurizio Sarri. He's back then. Sarri ball was a sensation in Serie A. Frank Lampard, he had a great time with Derby County, and they were like all expected to be the next big manager, but like we all let them go whenever they didn't meet our standard. I think we should do the same. Todd Boehly didn't hesitate to spend. He didn't hesitate to spend money in just this January transfer. Why wait? Why try to save money with the manager as well? Um, there's a saying that Jose Mourinho wishes to come back. I don't mind Mourinho, really, with the support like what Potter is getting. I'm sure Mourinho will make will bring much more positive result, even possibly a trophy. Um, I don't mind bringing back Thomas Tuchel. So Todd Boehly, I don't care. Like even he has to go back to Tuchel's home, maybe with a lots of boxes of chocolate and roses, or maybe do even some dogeja. I don't mind bringing Tuchel back because I am pretty sure if Tuchel had the support what Potter is getting, I'm sure he will make Mudryk into the next Mbappe, like for Chelsea. I'm sure Enzo Fernandez will be like his Marcos Verratti, and Badiashile will be his next uh, Marquinhos, because I know Tuchel can make it genuinely. I'm sure Tuchel will make a genuinely a good like stars out of him, and Potter is not because uh, yeah, that's it because Potter's just not good enough. Uh, Whatever players he's been received in the January is way above the class of players he ever managed in Brighton. That's that's the reality, and he's making these players like a some relegation zone players. Seriously, um, Potter, yeah, it's just it's not easy to stay up all in Sunday or weekend or like stay wake up early and yeah, even today. Look, look, like there's no need to we already lost Thiago Silva, our best defender. Uh, Badiashil's not registered for the Champions League. So what was the point of having um, Badiashil rested? What's the end goal? Because he's not going to play against Dortmund. And if Thiago Silva is out for a long time, then how is he going to form line up defense? Because because like it's 1-0 still. It's one even though we're losing, we still it's just 1-0. There's still good chance of comeback, but it's not gonna happen with Potter. And I can't stress enough to remind everyone that you know we still have a lots of games against the big teams. You see, Spurs is just the tip of an iceberg because we still have to play Man United in Old Trafford. We still have Liverpool. We still have Man City. We still haven't played Arsenal. You know, uh, if we cannot manage to beat Spurs, or if we play like this against Spurs, how are we going? What's going to happen at the end when we play these teams? We're just going to get embarrassed. Um, yeah. So that's one reason why I can't, just let this go past. Um, let's be real. If the board managed, I hope the board changes their mind because he's not gonna bring anything positive in the future. Yeah, it's just so depressing. Okay, let me try to get some sleep before I go to work, and yeah, give me a good news. I hope, I pray for good news. No Potter, and get a new manager, please. Oh, thank you. Please, good news.